Well, I'm really proud of our team today. You know, home opener as far as Big 12 is concerned, and I thought we had a lot of maybe anxious energy in the first half, which is not a terrible thing. We just couldn't settle in offensively into good decision-making, but sure can't complain about our effort, intensity defensively, attention to detail. All of that was really terrific, and I thought it was good from the start to the finish. I thought we did exactly what we needed to do to win the game. Obviously, we need to clean up some turnover situations and slow down a little bit offensively, but effort was tremendous, especially on the boards.
What's it about? She's had a couple of kind of rough games this year, and then the next game she's great. What drives it?
Well, I think sometimes it's not about her. I mean, I'm not sure. I didn't think she had a rough game at Oklahoma. I thought they did a good job of keeping her from taking shots, and you know, as she goes along each game, so several of our players have to understand that every game they're going to be played a little bit differently. I mean, she deferred to LaShawn because LaShawn was phenomenal the other night against Oklahoma, and they were giving her shots, and she was taking them and should have. So I think that our older players kind of understand that different nights people are going to have different options, so I wouldn't say that there was anything to that in our last two games other than she had more opportunity today, I think.
You can move Brooke to low post now?
Thinking about it. I'm thinking really heavily about it. Yeah. That means Jatarie gets to play point guard?
Yeah, that's what it means.
Okay.
You'll like that one. Versatile team, right?
Nobody wants to play point guard, really.
Coach, you always say it's how you do in March, in September, and October, November. Are you playing better now than you were, let's say, a month ago? And in what ways are you improving?
I think we're better defensively. I mean, we were behind when we started the season on defense. We were behind with our detail, our understanding of certain scenarios defensively. So we're much better. We're much better in a lot of areas. Again, we still have lapses like we did in the Oklahoma game where we just stopped playing defense, but I do think we're better at rebounding and defense than we were.
You were coming in two of the top 5 rebounding teams in the nation, but I mean, you pounded them there today. Did that surprise you at all? How much better you were?
Again, we've improved dramatically in our attention to rebounding and our intention to box out and do the things that you have to do to rebound. I mean, I did think that they were very good, but, you know, the team that showed up against Florida State and the team that showed up today from a rebounding perspective is the team that we should be and we should choose to be, because when we do that, we're really good. But sometimes we don't do that.
And you still have a couple of bigs developing.
Oh, yeah, and I think these guys would tell you, and we'll probably tell them when we go back and look at film, that there were some missed opportunities for rebounds because our guards were leaking out. So they were missing some opportunities to get rebounds.
Brooke, are you mad at your coach about not letting you play more to get a double-double?
No, sir. I mean, it's not about me. It's about the whole team. And so I was just glad. I was just glad to see some of the youngest players getting to play in this type of environment because I know we're going to need everyone, especially down the stretch. And so I thought it was good to get Rella in there, Chaz, you know, Jada got some good minutes, Suge, all of them. And so I think that was a good thing.
Jatarie, you get amazed by what Brooke can do. You know, tying Naomi on a jump ball, 9 rebounds, or passing.
I think Brooke is a very reliable point guard. I really trust her to do all the little things and make sure everybody's in place and making sure she's getting those little hustle plays. So I think she's a really good player.
Jatarie, Rella came in and had some good minutes and some key buckets. And what do you see? What are options this year? Can she help this team, and in what ways?
Yes, I think Rella is a phenomenal player. She's very aggressive offensively, getting offensive rebounds. I think she does a really good job of stretching out the defense with the ability to shoot threes, as well as getting in the inside on the post if she has an undersized guard on her and going to work inside. So I think that she helps our team a lot with that.
But how do you summon determination at your size to go in there and rebound? This isn't the first time you've done this.
I think it's just following the game plan and just kind of being in the right place at the right time with the ball. Our posts really work really hard to box out the opposite teams, and so, I mean, we might as well reward them by getting them some rebounds, too, because they get our rebounds, too.
Brooke, how y'all scratching the potential of how good y'all can be?
I mean, we still have a lot of work to do, so we still got to just fix some things that we need to fix, and I think we all know what that is, and so we just got to come in every day and work hard on it.
What do you think the strength of the team is at this point?
I think our defense, as it gets better, is going to be really good, and then we're really good in transition. And when we share the ball and get the ball moving and stuff like that, I think we're really good too. So just we can be really great in a lot of areas, and so we just have to kind of let the pieces fall together.
Hey, Coach, has Rella done anything in practice or a few more minutes? What kind of progress has she made in the last month or so?
I think the last few weeks has been progress for her. You never know when a freshman is going to start to try to figure out practice. And I thought that all three of them, I mean, Destiny's got she's dinged up a little bit right now, but I did think that once they finished with finals, it seemed to me like, and that was also maybe a combination of that and not getting to play some. But they all three seem like they've gotten a little bit more serious about what we do in practice, and they are all of them are starting to improve. I mean, there's Rella's got an opportunity, to play maybe a few more minutes than maybe a Chaz would right now, just because of her position. But they're all making a lot of progress, and it's just whenever they decide that practice is their game and practice is really important. And that's where they develop their game, really, and build confidence with themselves and with their teammates. And Rella's improved, but it's been probably, I would say, since finals were over. Sometimes those freshmen just need to get through that, close that book for a second, and try to relax. And going home is good for them. It's just a lot for them to digest that first semester.
Here, was this a A+ game, B- game? What grade would you give this?
I would say a B-.
Why?
Turnovers. Shot selection and turnovers.
That's pretty good when you still beat number 9 team by 21, isn't it?
I was very pleased with how hard we played. I mean, I have a hard time, other than just knowing as a basketball coach that some of their decisions are not good. I have a hard time getting upset. I know it may look something different like that to them, but I mean, when their effort is as good as it was today, I can't complain. I mean, we will hopefully, they'll, as Brooke said, they know what they need to do better. They will, and we have to improve on that. I mean, we're going to play some teams that are going to force us to reverse the ball and force us to make extra passes, and we just have to be better.
Seemed a little upset when you showed through that court long pass out of bounds.
Well, that was just, that's actually a play that I would never typically get upset about because we're running and, we're pushing and it's a dead ball turnover. But it was probably like our 5th one out of the last 7. So, yeah, it was bad timing for her.
Brooke, you don't like to talk about yourself a lot, but 200 three-pointers is a milestone for anybody. What does that mean to you, and does it? Do you think back of when you were a freshman until here you are now as one of the older players on the team, and you just hit a major milestone?
I think it's great, but I also think that Coach recruited me because I could shoot, so it's kind of just something that kind of comes with the job. But it is great to be a part of that type of history, and especially since Texas is all about tradition, it's pretty cool.
You're pretty accurate, Coach. You recruited her because she could shoot?
It came along with it.
Came along.
I recruited her because she has it.
The it factor.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has it.
No, they sure don't.
Karen, what do you see the upside of this team kind of halfway through here and just starting league play?
I think that if we continue to work and practice the way that we have the last couple of weeks, that we can just continue to improve. We have some depth, that should come in handy. I mean, it came in handy today. I thought Jatarie got winded in the first half. I thought, Audrey asked to come out one time, which never happens. So, I mean, if we can continue to grow as a team, then, I think we have a chance to continue to be successful. But I also think that where they are right now is really good in a sense of they don't think about anything else except what's next, and we have to stay in that moment. Just because of how good our league is, it just doesn't do any good to start thinking about, what's going to happen in March or what's going to happen 2 weeks from now. I mean, if they can't think about it, Oklahoma State, after they appreciate today's effort, and they wake up tomorrow thinking about a really, really good Oklahoma State team, really good, then, we'll be disappointed and we'll be looking back wishing we'd done something different. So I think that's the most important thing for them, is that they just take each day and try to improve and take each opponent one at a time.
How do you see this team different from last year? Is it more mature?
Yes, that's the single thing. We can do some things better. We're faster. We can shoot better. But they are more mature, for sure. The leadership is really good. And, I think the people that really make our team more mature, to be honest with you, is that, first of all, I'm really happy that Jordan and Mide, Jatarie's a pretty mature individual, and she kind of jumped in the middle of this, but Jordan and Mide have really matured. Mide had 9 rebounds tonight, and, was above the rim on one of them. Mm-hmm. And Jordan's last 2 games have probably been the best 2 of her career as far as her contribution to the win. So they've matured a lot, and I think that the real key factor is that Shug and Jada matured. Because your freshmen are always going to be who they are. Immature freshmen. Always. But Jada and Shug are more mature, so, we have less babysitting to do than we did last year. We had too much of that last year, and, at times it distracted us.
What about Joyner? Increasing her minutes? Does Joyner have to play at the level she played last year to help Jatarie and Rella to fully maximize?
I think she just has to take one day at a time, and the most important days for Joyner are practice. And that's probably the opposite of what she thought last year. Last year, she, for example, tomorrow, there'll be some players that played significant minutes that might not practice as much. She was kind of in that group last year, and this year she's in that group that really needs to take advantage of every practice day. That's her reps. So the sooner that she that brain clicks to that, then she'll start to make some progress and she'll feel comfortable.